Hey guys, it's yours truly coming back at you all with another one, and today I'll be teaching you all how to deck build. And the first and most important thing that you need to do in regard to deck building is analyze the meta. See, the meta in this game as well as the current meta in link format is mainly dominated by spell and monster effects, which lends itself to the ability of adding, drawing, and recycling through their cards, which extends itself into a great deal of special summoning. So if you want a great deal of success against the meta, you either need to slow it down or shut it down so that you can be effective as you play Yu-Gi-Oh! Secondly, you want to increase your card-based knowledge. It takes time going over card effects, the way they work, so that you can be able to string together your own unique combinations so that you can better play against the meta. Thirdly, you want to main deck your staples, and they are just cards that are going to be most effective against the meta, such as either being able to slow it down or shut it down completely. Fourthly, you want to add in your combo extenders with cards with similar effects to that of Seraphonite to give you an additional normal summon off of Brilliant Fusion, cards like Instant Fusion, Soul Charge, so that you can be able to push for game. Fifthly, you want to incorporate an engine so that you get a decent amount of add and draw power to keep your deck as consistent as possible to increase your success rate. And lastly, finalizing your end game, being able to incorporate your winning strategy into the deck, whether it is by reducing your opponent's life points to 0 through battle damage or effect damage, acquiring a win condition, or simply causing them to deck out. Additional card tips for you guys: you want to keep your decks to a 40 card minimum limit as possible for consistency and effectiveness, so that you can draw more of what you want and less of what you don't want. Secondly, you want to keep in mind that the optimal number for deck consistency is 2 copies of any card, and you would run 3 copies of a card if its effect is not a hard once per turn, or if you really want to see it in either your opening hand or to be able to draw into another copy of it easier. Also, you would run 1 copy of a card if it is restricted to 1, or if it's a card that you least want to see. A standard deck layout would run you into anywhere from 20 to 24 monsters, 12 to 16 spell cards, and 4 to 8 trap cards. A pendulum deck layout would run you into anywhere from 24 to 30 monsters, 8 to 16 spell cards, and can be played with 0 to 4 trap cards. Card of Demise deck layouts would run you anywhere from 3 to 15 monsters, 8 to 16 spell cards, and 9 to 26 trap cards. And the link format deck layout would run you into 18 to 24 monsters, 8 to 16 spell cards, and can be played with 0 to 4 trap cards. And these ratios are just to give you guys an idea of how to construct a well-balanced deck, as you don't want too much of your play to lean to mainly monster effects, as if your opponent was to play something like Majesty's Fiend to stop the activation of monster effects, which may limit you from summoning tokens and making additional special summons to be able to either link, synchro, or exceed summon exactly what you want. Or if your play leans mainly more to spell card play, if they play something like Horror, Dragon of the Black Flame level 8 to be able to negate your ability to generate tokens or special summon monsters. So you really want a well-balanced deck between your monster and spell effects, as trap effect speed is much slower than both. So you want to create a balance between your monster and spell effects, so that if either one were to be slowed down or shut down completely, you still have about half your deck that can function off of the opposite effect between your monster and spell effects. Now let's head over to our deck building screen. Alright, keeping in mind that the most optimal number in terms of deck building is 2. 1 if you least want to see it, and 3 if you really want to open with it, even if it's not a hard once per turn, or you want to be able to draw into a copy of it. And the first set of cards you want to put in are the cards that are going to be most effective against the meta, which will be our staples that we can use to do mass destruction amongst monsters and back row. So we go for Dark Hole and Raigeki. You don't really want to play 2 copies of Dark Hole unless your monsters are like Yang Zings that can float when they're destroyed. And then for our back row hate, we're gonna go for Twin Twisters. That way we can be able to out multiple cards in the back row simultaneously, as well as it's an excellent out to Pendulum Scales. We're gonna now go for our Solemn Brigade. 2 strikes, 1 warning. You can play the full brigade with 3 strikes and a warning, but I like to run my traps at 4, so I'm gonna make room for that 4th space for vanities that we're gonna add now, and then our hand traps. And in this format I love to run at least 4 hand traps, being 2 Ghost Ogres, 2 Maxi, so either it puts the brakes on my opponent, or if my opponent decides to build that awe-inspiring board, I would gain that awe-inspiring hand to out that field and gain the advantage. And then Ghost Ogre, so that I can get some disruption play straight from the start, and not only against monster effects, as with Effect Veiler that can only activate its effect during the main phase against monster effects, but I would also have disruption against field spell cards, face up continuous spell cards, and continuous trap cards, so that I can actually out their effects and my opponent would gain nothing. And it's very important, especially in link format, to out that monster body so that your opponent would not be able to potentially use it to link summon. Alright, now that we have our cards to nuke the board and wipe it of all monsters in the form of Dark Hole and Raigeki, and our back row hate in the form of Twin Twisters, our Solemn Brigade, our vanities to lock out special summoning, our hand traps in the form of Ghost Ogre for some disruption, and Maxi to gain a larger hand advantage. Because Solemn is going to be mainly a staple card used, we want to be able to gain our summons back, so we're going to add in Brilliant Fusion so that we can summon Seraphonite. So if your normal summon was negated by a warning, you can then make Seraphonite and gain that normal summon back. Normally when I play Brilliant Fusion to summon Seraphonite, I would incorporate 2 Garnets and 2 Trick Clowns so that the Brilliant doesn't brick as easy. And if it does, Garnet is an excellent 1900 beta, as well as Trick Clown can be incorporated with Twin Twisters to O2 in the back row and revive himself at the cost of 1000 life points. And it is excellent in link format, being able to get the level 5 Seraphonite out, revive your Trick Clown, and then you have 2 normal summons to be able to link summon to your heart's content. And another one of our combo extenders is going to be Instant Fusion. We're going to add in 2 of those so that we can have access to Norden, and he's going to be your 1 card Exceed and your 1 card Synchro. If you play Brilliant Fusion and Garnets in the graveyard, you can bring him back to make 101 or Castell, or if you made a disruption play with Ghost Ogre, you can bring her back to make Clear Wing or Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. And our last combo extender is going to be Soul Charge. It's excellent if you get your field wipe, if you need to make a comeback, or if you simply want to push for game. So having in your combo extenders is what's going to keep you effective playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Watch. Alright, first things first, let's see if we can get our opponent to reveal to us exactly what they're playing. I'm going to end my turn and let's see what our opponent does. The Nab, so he's playing Stellar Knights. I'm going to chain Ghost Ogre to that effect so I can pop it because of their counter trap card Alpha. It's a negate +1 for them, so you don't want to leave a Stellar Knight face up. Instant Fusion now. Looks like Norden to revive the Nab. Let's see what he's going to Exceed summon into. Abyss Dweller, looks like he doesn't want any effects in the graveyard to activate. He sets a face down, 2 face downs, 3 face downs, oh boy, and attack for 22. Alright, let's see, anything else? And he ends his turn. Alright, my move. Oh, and he activates Dweller's effect. I summon my scout to use his effect. Hold on, I think he has a solemn face down. Doesn't matter, I'll use Scout's effect and chain Sovereignty's effect of that, and then use chain summoning to gain 2 more normal summons this turn. Now we're gonna special summon our Sovereignty so we can +1. No, we're gonna special summon it off Scout's effect so that we can add another Sovereignty from the deck to the hand. Yes. Sovereignty, let's go. Now we need to create a threat so we can use that Solemn, and Ragnar Zero should do it since Abyss Dweller is still powered up. We can pop that to +1, so he would want to Solemn or summon. Let's see if he does. And he does. Excellent. Now that that's out of the way, back to our regular scheduled programming. Instant fusion for Norden, and we'll revive our Scepter. Yes, let's get Scepter. Oh, and he had a strike face down. Alright. Since you want to play like that. Soul Charge. And we're going to revive our Scepter and our Norden. Scepter. Norden. 2 grand is fine with me. Yes. Yes. Let's bring back our Scout now. Then we're gonna add another Sovereignty. Yes, let's go. Now we're gonna make 102 and pop that one in the back row. Then we're gonna chain Sovereignty's effect to 102 summon. Yes. Back row. Yeah. Yes, chain Sovereignty so we can +1. Let's see what we get. Scale, excellent. Let's special summon that and then pop that one in the back row. Then draw 1. Oh, and look what it was. We're gonna chain Sovereignty's effect again so we can +1 again. Ghost Ogre, excellent. It was the Stellar Knight Alpha counter trap. We're gonna make Ouroboros now. If he had a Stellar Knight face up, that Alpha would have negated my Soul Charge, which would have put us at a real disadvantage. Now I'm going to use Ouroboros' effect to cut 1 card out of his hand. Less resources our opponent has, the less they can play Yu-Gi-Oh! We're going to use 102's effect to negate the Abyss Dweller's effect, as well as cut its attack in half. Because I use Soul Charge, I can't battle. I have Ghost Ogre and Maxi in hand, so I should be able to hold them off. So let's see what he does. Sets a face down. Card of Demise. Now he can't special summon or deal any damage to me for the duration of this turn. And there's the surrender for Duel. And as you all just saw, that is the importance of why you should implement your combo extenders. So when your opponent does disrupt your plays, you are still able to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And at the current moment, we have 23 cards in deck. So if you're playing in this format, this would be your 23 card staple. If you're using the Brilliant engine, if you're in Link format, then you would minus the 1 strike and the 1 vanities, and you would run 6 hand traps. So I'm going to go for Effect Veiler. I'm going to add in 2 to simulate 6 hand traps, which you would only play 1 Effect Veiler, 2 Ghost Ogres, 1 Maxi, and 2 Ash Blossoms. So you would want to run at least 6 hand traps in Link format, as well as minus 1 Twin Twister, and it should look like this for your 22 card staple with the Brilliant engine in Link format. If you're not running the Brilliant engine, then it would look like this. Removing the 3 Brilliant fusions, the 2 Garnets, the 2 Trick Clowns, and the 1 Seraphonite, and this becomes your 15 card staple for Link format. With Dark Hole and Regeki, declare the Field of Monsters, instant fusion for Norden for your 1 card Synchro and Exceed, your Soul Charge to Mash Revive to make a comeback and push for game twin twisters for your back row height and pendulum scale clearance, your 2 solemns to slow your opponent down, and your 6 hand traps in the form of 1 effect veiler, 1 maxi, 2 ghost ogre, and 2 ash blossoms. And we're going to put back our current format formula with our strike and vanities and our 3rd twin twisters, and this now becomes your 16 card staple for our current format in Legacy of the Duelist. Alright, now we need a decent draw engine to get our deck going, and I'm going to go with the Star Seraph engine in the form of Scepter and Sovereignty. So we want to add in 3 sticks and 3 chairs. Where are they? Alright, 3 sticks, 3 chairs, and then we want to go for Summon a Monk so that we can get access to our scepter if we don't pick it up or draw it. And then we need to add in at least 8 more monsters to make a total of 20, and that would be our OTK potential engine. And I know just the engine. We're gonna add in Divine Dragon and use Quasar. We're gonna use that 8 card engine. So we want to get Junk Synchron. Where is he? There he is. We're gonna add in 2 Junk Synchron. Then we're gonna add in 2 Jet Synchron for our level 1 tuners. Where is he? Alright, there we go. Then we want to add in Doppel Warrior. Let's see, where is he? Doppel. There we go, 2 of him, and then 2 Spell Strikers. Let's see, Spell Striker. Dang, passed it. Going back down. Okay, there he is. 2 Spell Strikers, which will give us a total of 20. Now we need to incorporate cards that are going to add those monsters from our deck to our hand, or special summon them from the deck to the field so that we can have access to them. Alright, Jet Synchron is a level 1, so we can search for 1 so we can be able to special summon it from the deck straight to the field. 1 Day of Peace is excellent so that we don't get OTK'd. Let's see, Doppel Warrior, Spell Striker, and Junk Synchron are all warriors, so we can search out Rhoda, or better known as Reinforcements of the Army, so that we can add either one of them from our deck to our hand. See, Doppel Warrior, Junk Synchron, and Summon a Monk are all dark, so we can add in at least 1 copy of a Law of Darkness so we can banish 1 to draw 2 more. Let's see, Upstart Goblin is excellent for free +1. And let's see. Alright, Junk Synchron and Jet Synchron can be added with tuning. Since we have 2 of each, we're gonna add in 2 tuning. Then we need to add in 1 more card. Since I'm not incorporating the Brilliant engine, I want something that's going to give me an additional summon, and using the Quasar Divine Dragon engine along with the Star Seraph engine, I can chain summoning to their chain of 2 that they naturally create. So I'm gonna put in 1 chain summoning. I prefer 2, but I'm not sure exactly what to take out for it yet. So after we play test it once and I see what's relevant and what's not, we'll know exactly what to take out. So we're gonna put 1 in the side deck until we figure out what we're gonna substitute for the 2nd chain summoning. Now on to our extra deck. We want to go to Synchro Monsters and target the level 5s. And first things first, TG Hyper Librarian, then Catasta, Armades, and Jet Warrior should work. Now to our level 2 Synchro Tuner, and this is a no-brainer, Formula Synchron. And then our level 12 Synchro in the form of Quasar, and the Divine Dragon is already in. Now we're going to go to our rank 4s, and we're gonna add in our Castell, 2 Ouroboros. Love this guy. Let's see, Ragnar Zero is excellent, as well as Masquerade is also excellent, so we'd add in one of her, and we need one more, something that can deal damage to the board, destroy cards. Deltros, excellent, we'll add in that, and I think that should do it. Alright, let's take this bad boy for a spin. Alright, let's see who's gonna be our first unfortunate victim. Looks like Perry will have to do. Shining Friendship. I can't wait for the new support for that card to come out. That's gonna be wicked. Alright, we're going with Scissors. Crap, he beat us out. Alright, let's see what he wants. He wants the first turn. Alright, let's see what kind of duel Perry is gonna show us today. Not a bad hand if I do say so myself. Wish I had a Moxie or Ghost Ogre. Set a monster on 1 face down. Alright, 2 Twin Twisters, excellent. First, we're gonna out that one in the back row by discarding our Doppel. That is King's Consonants. We're gonna use Summon a Monk's effect, so we can get a Scepter and change Sovereignty to that. Yes. Yes. Gonna go +1 now. And then add another Sovereignty. Crap, 1 day apiece. Didn't want that. Alright, we're gonna special summon our next Sovereignty, so we can go +1 again. Doppel. Alright, we're gonna make Ouroboros. We're gonna pop that face down monster and see what it is. And then we're gonna make him discard 1 random card from his hand. Let's see. Gradle Alligator? What the crap? Alright, discard 1 random card. Because the less resources you have, the less you can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Now battle. 2750. And I'll end my turn with that. Let's see what he does. Gradle Impact. Sets 1 face down. Ends turn. I guess he's gonna add a Gradle. Eagle. Alright, first we're gonna use Ouroboros effect so we can send that face down back to his hand. Then we're gonna use Summon a Monk's effect, discard and get another Summon a Monk. And we'll use our second Summon a Monk's effect to get a Scepter from our deck. And then we're gonna add our last Sovereignty. Now we're gonna make another Ouroboros. And we're gonna pop that impact and then make our opponent discard another random card. Because the less resources they have, the less they can play Yu-Gi-Oh! Thank you. Let's make him discard now. Bye, Eagle. Now we're gonna summon Scepter and change Sovereignty to that. Oh crap, and there's the rage. Alright, I see what we need to take out. We can do without the 1 day of peace, and we can add in a second chain summoning. Let's do that real quick. Did I get it? Yes. Let's take that out, trunk that, and add in our second chain summoning. Alright, let's take it back on a test drive. And back to our regular scheduled programming. More of what you want and less of what you don't want. And Daddy Drizzy is up next. Let's see what kind of duel he'll show us. Crap, this guy is stubborn in rock, paper, scissors. Alright. We'll go second and allow him to go first. Now, as always, first things first, an excellent Ghost Ogre and Moxie in hand. Ooh, looks like dragons. Sets 1 face down, ends turn, a single blue eyes. Alright, we won't chain Moxie to that because dragons can make more special summons than that, so we'll save it. Raigeki, and we're gonna hold that blue eyes, and then we're gonna just set our jet synchron and end our turn. Now let's see what he does. He's gonna put his blue eyes back in hand. Oh, Dragon Ravine. Oh, that's what he wanted the blue eyes for. We're gonna chain Ghost Ogre to that to pop the field spell. Now he won't get to send a dragon from his deck to the grave. Swing of Memory, so we're gonna chain Moxie to that. Thank you. Return. Thank you. Tachyon Dragon. Thank you. Dark Mare. Yep. Thank you. Don't stop now. Keep going. It's gonna send 3 dragons to the grave. I have to banish 3. Let's go with a Scepter, a Summoner Monk, and a Sovereignty. Yeah. Alright. Another return. Gonna +1 off that. It's gonna banish my Jet Synchron. 4K and 29. Leaves me with 1100. And he's gonna special summon again. This is Spirit of White. Thank you. Alright, 1100 life points is more than enough to win this. First Twin Twisted out the one in the back. Then we're gonna play Dark Hole, and he should use his return to protect them. He's a second one in there. We're gonna add Doppel, and then we're gonna go 1 for 1 to get our Jet Synchron from our deck to the field, and then we're gonna use Junk Synchron to revive our Doppel Warrior, and then make TGI for Liberian. And we're gonna get our 2 tokens. Yes. And then make Formula Synchron. Then we're gonna +2. 1 for Hyper Liberian, Formula Synchron, and then we're gonna chain summoning to those 2. Yeah. Now I get 2 more normal summons this turn. Now. Crap! I'm supposed to play Instant Fusion. And make Jet Warrior so I can bounce that Dark Matter back. I hope that play doesn't cost me this duel. That's +2 more. Alright, let's go Spell Striker. And let's make Armades. +1 again. No. Scepter. Excellent. Alright, let's make the Divine Dragon. Alright, we're gonna play Scepter and add a Sovereignty. Then we're gonna summon that Sovereignty and then play Instant Fusion for Northern. Yes, then we're gonna revive, Formula Synchron in defense position. And then we're gonna make Deltros. I really want to make Ouroboros, but if I played Instant Fusion to make the Jet Warrior, I could have bounced the Dark Matter back. Yes, so he can use his last return. He didn't use it. I'll +1 then. Now, let's use it to pop the Dark Matter, and he should use it now. Alright. Now I'll play a Law, banish the Junk Synchron. Crap, life points too low for strike, so we'll just battle. We'll run our Divine Dragon into Dark Matter and see who wins, and then our Deltros into the Spirit. Alright, now let's see what he does. He'll Moxie, so if he wants to special summon and see if he continues. Alright, he's gonna negate the Divine Dragon's effect. There's that whole Sage. Crap, he's gonna get his blue eyes. I'm gonna chain Ghost Ogre to that so we can pop her. Crap, and all you have to do is to clear an attack on my Deltros. That one mistake cost me this duel. Because then I would have gone into Ouroboros instead and cut his hand down, and he would have only had either Sage or her in hand. And that's just a good example of how it only takes one mistake to lose a duel. Alright, and on to the next one. Let's see. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Anyway, whatever Drizzy Daddy didn't get, he about to get. Alright, we're gonna go second. Now let's see if we can get our opponent to reveal to us what they play in. One face down. Oh, Nitoria. Set a monster. Alright. Clockwork. We're gonna play Summon a Monk. And we're just going straight for Scepter. Whatever that face down is, he's just gonna have to show me that that's a threat. Scepter. Let's change Sovereignty to that. Yes. That's +1. Let's add another Sovereignty and do it all over again. Yes. +1 again. Alright. Let's make Ouroboros. And we're gonna pop that one in the back row first. Since he didn't use it on Summon a Monk's effect, I assume that it's not a Solemn. Let's pop it. +1. Call it a Haunted. Let's make him discard one card now. And he rage. Wow. Duelist ain't duelist no more. Alright, and on to our next victim. Let's see who we find. No game found? Where everybody? Crap, they probably know I'm here. Found someone. And I don't know how to pronounce that name. Oh boy, you can call him Taj. Let's see what he good for. Alright, again with paper. Scissors. Alright, he gets to choose who goes first. And apparently he wants me to. Let's see what we open with. What the crap is Taj playing? He has what? 7 in his extra deck, 5 in hand, 41 in main deck, playing with a deck consisting of 46. I'll just end my turn. I don't see that as being a threat. If he can't OTK me now, he lose. Alright, now Summon a Monk. We're gonna use his effect and get Scepter. We're gonna add another Sovereignty and change Sovereignty's effect. +1. Get another Sovereignty. Again. +1. And Sovereignty a third time. Let's see what we get. Strike, excellent. Now we're gonna make Ouroboros. Let's see what he hiding. Since he wanna play peekaboo. We're gonna pop that face down and +1. Thank you. Ooh. Now we're gonna make him discard one random card. Playing zombies. Dark Hole. He wanted to nuke all my monsters. Let's battle. 8 and 2750. We're just gonna set a strike and we'll end our turn with that. Now let's see what he does. What Prince? Suicide Squad. And there's the surrender for duel. Alright, and on to our next victim. Lasoy 2K. Alright. Let's go, Lasoy. Show me what you're worth. We're going with paper. Alright, we let our opponent go first and we'll go second. Alright, let's see now. Our hero lives, elemental heroes, but our 4k is a lot to pay just for a shadow. Then he's gonna add his mass change. We're gonna change Ghost Ogre to that so we could pop him so he gets no add. He summons Blazeman. Let's see what he does. He sends another shadow to the graveyard. He can't be for real. He really want to make Dark Lord a bad. Sets one face down. Alright. Here, Lasoy. One Regeki for all your troubles. And we're gonna set Vanities and end our turn. Now let's see what he does. Polarization. Nope. Vanities. Now summon all those elemental heroes individually. Bubble Man. 800. I wouldn't even feel that. Hurry up and your turn. Ghost Ogre, I just said that in defense. Now he used to beat over 1800 if he wants to do damage. Twin Twisters. Now he just went 2 for 1. Now let's see how that's going to profit him in the long run. And there's Scepter. Excellent. He turned off my vanities for me. Alright, now we're going to go Scepter Sovereignty. We're going to +1. Thank you. Oh, we're going to special summon that second Scepter. We're going to add another Sovereignty. And then Chain Sovereignty's effect again. And we're going to plus another 1. Alright. We're going to make Deltros. Because he did not negate the summon of any of my monsters or their effects, that should not be a Solemn. So we're going to play Deltros so it doesn't activate. Then we're going to pop both that face down and his Bubble Man and +2. Thank you. Thank you. Magical Cylinder. A Law of Darkness. We're going to banish Junk Synchron for that. Then we're going to set our Solemn Warning. And then we're going to flip our Ghost Ogre face up. And then we're going to battle 800. 25. And then we'll end our turn. Ghost Ogre face up. So if he plays a face up continuous card effect or monster effect, we could pop it. And that's it. He surrendered. Effortless, no fight. Alright, and back to our tutorial screen. And some additional tips for you guys who are in Link format. You want to make sure that you're running at least 6 hand traps. You can run anywhere to about 8 to 10 hand traps so that you stay relevant in Yu-Gi-Oh! As you have a lot of decks that are doing a lot of things, building these big boards, and you want to make sure that you can disrupt those players and at least be able to slow the opponent down if you cannot shut down all of what their deck is capable of doing. Also, I recommend that you guys use more monster and spell effects. They're going to be able to special summon monsters from your deck as well as revive them from the graveyard, because thinning out your deck is excellent, and being able to recycle your resources in the graveyard is also excellent, so that you can make multiple Link summons. And a tactic that I do highly recommend, that I always did when Synchro Summoning first came out, was take control of my opponent's monsters and then synchro with it. I would always use their monster effects against them, and then I would synchro with their monsters so that they got nothing for it. They would never get their monster back. So what I recommend you doing is using card effects that can take control of your opponent's monsters, whether it's a regular monster, Link monster, synchro monster, exceed monster, whatever it may be. Use card effects that can take control of them. Use their effects against your opponent and then Link summon with them, or if you can, exceed someone with them, synchro with them, fusion with them, and make sure that your opponent gets nothing in return. Make your opponent suffer for summoning something that was supposed to originally be used to keep you at a disadvantage. As well as I do recommend the use of double copies of any spell card or monster effect that can generate tokens, because using tokens is excellent in Link format. Being able to Link summon to get those additional pluses, being able to cycle through your deck, recover cards from your graveyard by putting them back in your hand, and then being able to go off again and continually Link summon. those big bodies with a lot of negates to give you the edge in the duel. And that is all the tips that I have for you guys on deck building. So until the next one, later.